Good evening, everyone. As you know, the Irish electricity grid is not going too well at the moment. As you know, last year was the same, but it wasn't as bad. Now it's not. It wasn't looming as much. Even though there was some blackouts, even this year there was some blackouts. The lights were off for an hour or two, which shouldn't happen. Let's be fair, because we are paying our taxes, and where's that going? And we have to ask the question: where's all the electricity going? And we all know it, and everybody with a brain sees it. It's the Green Party first of all that's to blame, because the Green Party was like, cores, all the coal power plants, all the peat, all this, anything but wind, like green energy, wind turbines, we're going to make the wind blow. How about that? And nothing else is going to matter. There's not going to be any other energy at all. We're going to rely on the wind. And we're going to close everything else during a cost of living crisis. Lovely. That won't end well. But yeah, Eamon Ryan is to blame, first of all. Second of all, obviously, the big, huge data centres that literally uses as much as the whole Irish population. Like, I think one data centre in Dublin is using more than the whole Dublin metropolitan area. In other words, nearly 1 million people. It's using as much energy as 1 million people. So you have to sit here and you often have to wonder to yourself. And again, this is the best part. This is the best part. You haven't got to the best part. Guess what? They pay little to no tax. They're here on a holiday. We are paying for their luxuries. It's typical. You pay for everybody's luxuries but yourselves, your own people. You worry about everybody else. You put everybody else first but the Irish people. Sure, look at Paddy V. Grand. Paddy V. Grand, you can put up with it, because that's mainly what the government thinks of the Irish people. Can just put up with it. There's not what they're going to do about it. Rebel. But that's what they take in their sick minds. Whatever. But yeah, it's utter stupidity. First of all, that we're not going to not going to the bosses and to the overseer, whatever, to them, and saying, would you not go and buy a big power plant or something to power your own data centers? You think they would go, or say to them, look at the Irish people are struggling at the moment with the cost of living crisis. Maybe you should contribute the data centers, being obviously TikTok, Facebook, all the European headquarters are in Dublin. Have big data centers. TikTok has a big one coming. I think it's a new one actually going to go up soon. You think the government will be like, here, you have to pay a bit extra on the side now to cover the Irish taxpayer, because the poor Irish taxpayer has been squeezed from every side, and people are suffering. Again, it's not Paddy and Joe down the road that's losing all the electricity. It's these data centers in Dublin. And it's the Green Party to blame. I don't know what they take in the Green Party. I think there must be all lunatics in the Green Party. And then the next thing they'll say the environment. And then the next thing you see of half of these people that throw it around half the country. Like, there's not a word about that, but there's a word about where people using burn a bit of tough to heat themselves in the winter. There's words about that, but again, it's nonsensical what the Green Party are talking about. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, they're Nadia or something like that. They were literally off the face of the earth of this side and not talking any sense. Like, Eamon Ryan's just not the man that's talking any sense at all. You see, he's best stayed in bed and kept in bed. I think it's a priority for the state in the next election, and everybody should make sure that he's kept in bed and not make it up, because he comes out with the most stupid remarks. But yeah, as I just said, that just sums up everything. Data centers taking up half of the country's electricity grid, paying no tax, here on a holiday, we're paying for the luxury, the same as everybody else that comes to this country. The Irish people have to flip the bill. Paddy and Joe down the road, the Irish people themselves, they can fuck off. They'll be grand. Nobody cares about them. We only care about the people that come here for a holiday. A holiday, a long extended holiday with a house and all that stuff, all the luxuries granted to them. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. It's just nonsensical, the government's approach. You think they would the end of the day, you think they would want blankets, the way they handled it. Because they were like, oh, green energy and all that, and then they were like, hey, hold on a second, it's not as powerful as maybe the coal or peat or power plants or whatever. Maybe we should retake it, but no, the plough on ahead with it. So, maybe what I'm trying to say here is maybe take next election before you vote the Green Party. And maybe the same with Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, maybe think about that too, but actually think about the whole lot, think about everything in life. Put everything else in life aside and think about all the suffering and all the agony. These three parties, actually, sorry, I could nearly put a few more parties in there, but anyway. But think about that. Because it's insanity what's happening at the moment in this country.